Coming from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. Welcome back to It's Me Time Podcast with Mary of Mongrain. I hope you're having a beautiful day here in Montreal. Brossard. I'm not in Montreal. I'm on the south shore of Montreal. It's raining. It's supposed to be. We're supposed to have winds of 90 kilometers an hour tonight and snow. So that'll be interesting. I'm so excited though. I'm so excited. I love when it's windy outside. I love the chaos that brings. Not the chaos, but I feel so safe in hearing the. So I'm starting to hear the sound of the wind outside. So I know a lot of people will be complaining. Here I am like, oh my God, this is exciting. This is me. This is Mary Eve. I'm your mindset and self-love life coach. We get to rediscover our joy in life and embody and seeing that we're safe no matter what's going on. And you can find me on TikTok and Instagram at Mary Mongrain 90. My website is maryevmongrain.com, on which you can find how to work with me one-on-one if you want to have a seminar or conference for your organization. Because I'm a lot on the spiritual side, but all of this is all about personal growth. So we encourage our staff often into having professional growth, but professional growth just gives you more skills, right? But does not give you more understanding of who you are and what you actually want to do in life. So as a business owner, what you should do is actually have your staff going for self-development and taking my conference or my seminar that I can bring live or through Zoom so that they can find what they truly want, because your business will strive even more if you have staff that's aligned to you. And once you as the business owner are aligned to your full potential and trust fully in your higher self, which I teach you how, you're going to attract the staff that will match you and your vision, and you'll have exactly the right people, and you'll see how everything is perfect. People come in and leave at the right time, so you don't get upset at them. You see if anything goes wrong in your business, not because of them, it's not because of the economy, it's because of your mindset, because the universe is only giving you what you believe. So I am actually, for Christmas, you can do that. Give yourself the pleasure of working with me for Christmas, even if it's not Christmas. Every day you're alive, give yourself the gift of working with me, either through listening to me on my podcast, or actually working with me one-on-one. I can work on one-on-one on all your staff, on yourself, which you're the head, so it should be with you first of all. And I can come in. So it's really, really fun. I have a lot of fun. I'm a really fun person to work with. And you can see from my podcast as well, right? But I do offer this. I want to tell you that. You can find me also on Sunroom, which is a new app. That helps women and trans people to develop their content and being paid for it. I'm often on TikTok and Instagram, which a lot of it is free content. And now in Sunroom, I'm going to have a little more content there just so I can help and honor myself too. But feel free to go and see it there too. I'm going to share a lot about that. I just wanted to finish about my trip to New York, which I started on the last episode. And thanks for me. So if you haven't listened to the last episode, you definitely should go. I'm talking about the excitement of New York, because my podcast is a lot about mindset and coaching and self-love, but also a lot about my lifestyle and what I do, but also what I was thinking and how I manifested something, right? I always tell you guys how I did something and what I thought at that moment, because my goal is, by sharing my stories, is that you can see the link for yourself. And when I thought that this happened, or when I start thinking that way, this happened. But the best way I can help you, because a lot of people want to the law of attraction and law of assumption, they know the theory. Ask and it's received. We all know that. Law of assumption, what you assume is true will happen. We all know that. Now, how do you use it in your real life, right? That's how, for me, yes, I can read the book, know it. How do you apply it? How can you make it happen in your life? I want the exact way of how you made it. Then I can take it, say, I can improve it for me, or I can see if it works for me or not, right? But this is why I'm sharing all these fun moments and how I'm thinking, because I think I have a pretty good way of thinking. Am I awesome? Yes, I do believe I'm awesome. I don't want to be oh my God, she's so into it. She's full of herself. Actually, yes, I'm full of myself, right? I am full of myself. I'm not going to be full of you or full of anyone else of hot hair. I'm full of me, and I got so many evidence that it's awesome. So there's a lot of things I had to take from like past people that saying, bad things, are like, oh my God, she's so selfish. Well, now it's because I was not selfish enough. When I was like, they're so selfish. How? I was giving too much. I was not selfish enough, right? I was not thinking about me. So I cannot attract people who will think about me if I don't think about me first. Yeah. And then there's all these things that go into play. And when somebody says, oh, you're so entitled, and I actually went on Google the other day, and I Googled entitled, right? Entitlement is an inherent belief that you're worthy of the best and special treatments. How is that wrong? How is that not a compliment? Oh, you're so entitled. Yes, I am. So you, right? How is that a negative thing to be entitled? All souls are entitled to a good life. All souls are entitled to be treated well, and with wealth, and with health, and with abundance. Everyone is deserving of the best. So if I think I'm entitled and you think it's a bad thing because you don't think it's a good thing to be spoiled, you don't think it's a good thing to be entitled, because entitled has been seen as something bad. So to be humble and to make sure people don't judge us, and by the way, being humble means you put yourself down, right? You can be this amazing light, but to be humble, we're just gonna bring ourselves back to like not shining too much to not make other people uncomfortable and come at us, right? No, we're done with that. On this podcast, we're like, yeah, I'm done with being humble, because that's just me lowering my vibration. I'm gonna be shining. And again, I know I said in the past, but like Lisa Nichols said, if me shining is so blinding for you, put your sunglasses on, right? I am done putting dimming my light for you. If that makes me not humble, then fuck, sorry, my language. Still my podcast, I'm okay. Am I okay? Yeah, you still hired. Perfect. Thank you. I'm the one who pays for it anyway. It's not like I'm being paid right now for doing my podcast. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm entitled to say what I want. There was also on TikTok, man, for the past 2 days, I got people saying, oh my God, you speak so much. I'm like, yeah, and well, you don't listen enough. Like, it's my page. I can do what you want. If you mean it's not I speak too much, it's you don't feel heard. Right? I'm not the problem that she doesn't feel heard. We have always to bring it back to how we feel. I am not the problem here. What I do makes you feel an emotion, right? But yeah, so let's go back to New York here. You're welcome for those who needed these little insights, because if I said it's because some of you who are listening needed these insights for yourself. You're welcome. And so just to finish, so we went and saw the Nutcracker, which was fun. But to get there, we were at the Intercontinental Times Square. Again, fantastic hotel, was great. Was a little deceived that they didn't have valet parking. I enjoy using valet parking because with my kids, I don't like to bring my suitcases anywhere. But the good thing is, if you don't, they don't have valet, but they do have the bellman there. And the guy said, well, how about you leave your suitcase and then go park? Like it's like two doors down. Which in the end, also don't forget to get your parking ticket validated, because instead of $69 a night, it was $44. So it was for 3 nights. It was very, very cheap to be at the hotel, to be at the parking for 3 nights in downtown, downtown New York. So now at that point, I checked online, like to go, because the theater, I will say David Koch Theater. I'm sorry if I mess up your name. Or David Koch. Again, you can correct me. I'm okay with being corrected. I checked online if it was legal to take a taxi. And it's legal to take a taxi for kids with no car seats. Yes, it's legal to take a taxi, obviously, because I didn't want to pay $200 just to be on a bike to go there and then to another $200 to come back, right? So as I check, and online it says it's legal for kids to ride in a taxi with no car seats. And I did not feel unsafe. So I said, you know what? We'll do it. So we ended up going there. It was $14. Or maybe it was like 9. I think it was 14, like 15, and I left $5 of tip to the driver. I'm like, I spent $200 yesterday for the bike. So I was pretty pleased. And when we came back, I was expecting there would be like a lineup of taxis and a lineup of people. So I decided to order a Uber. So by the time we got at the front, like we actually waited because I ordered just while we were outside instead of like ordering while we were inside. But anyway, so 4 minutes later, got a Uber to go back to the hotel. It was like, again, $14, maybe $9. One of them was $9, one was $14. And I'm like, oh my God. And I spent $200 yesterday for 6th Street. So now, next time that I go to New York, is if you're going to help me for my shopping when I go with the girls, I won't mind spending $15 to go back to the hotel, bring our shopping and go back shopping, right? It's just for me, my limitation was not my credit card, was not my money. It was the physical me. I'm by myself. And when the first day that we went outside, right, I brought a bag with our mitts and gloves and our gloves and hats because sometimes it was cold. So like if it was cold, I don't want us to freeze. But also if they were too warm, we just put everything in the bag, which was good. But now like we're going to American Girl Doll on the Friday, and I brought an empty suitcase. So I was walking downtown New York with an empty suitcase, knowing that I was gonna fill it up with toys or some shopping, right? I didn't want to have to bring big bags in my hand. Because I'm the only one. I'm the butler. I'm the butler, I'm the maid, I'm the cook on this family. And so yeah, so the girls had enough with their one thing to bring. So we got to American Girl Dolls. We were able to book, I was able to book a few days before a hairstyle, like a hair appointment for the dollies at the store. Didn't get a chance to I was not powerful enough to get the hair for the girls and the little tea time or coffee time or like the restaurant, but we still end up having this experience for the girls. And we went shopping, so we had our dress, we bought matching dresses. I fit like, thank you American Girl Dolls, I will say it, thank you for having clothes that are for older teenagers too, for older kids. They have like the dress that I found was a size 16. Like I got one for size 5, 7, 16. Because I'm like, oh, I wear size 16 too. If I go in the adults, I wear the pants 4 or small, extra small. But American Girl Doll, hey Nine, I'm also live on TikTok here. I am wearing, and I got a pajama that was size 18, 20. I'm sure size 16 would have been good, but I'm like, hey, I'm sure I fit in that. So I still fit in teenager clothes. For a long, long time, I'm the same size of when I was in grade 8. Okay. I did not grow taller since grade 8. I didn't gain any more weight since grade 8. And even when I was pregnant, I got a little bigger, but then I came back, I had a little bigger boobs, and then it went back. So I got like a teenager body. So I look very young. And but I complained I'm like, when am I gonna be a woman? When am I gonna look like a woman? I don't know what looking like a woman meant, but I felt like even the teenagers now have bigger breasts than I do. They look more women than I do. But I used to think it was a bad thing. Now I'm like, oh gosh, this is a good thing. It's a good thing that I look this young. I can actually also fit in the kids' clothes that I can match my kids. This was a dream come true. So going to the restaurant and the theater in our dress, like matching dress, was awesome. And but yeah, so that was really, really fun. And it was a good trip. The next day we came back. We went in our matching PJs at the restaurant of the hotel. Sophie's like, oh, I don't know, I feel weird in my PJ. Like, that's okay. They wanted to spend the day in their PJ. Like, that's fine. I'm gonna wear mine too. Right? We get to decide, or we get to create our reality. And it was cute. And then the waiter at the restaurant was like, oh, so one of my girl brought our dolly. She's like, oh, you got an extra family member. I'm like, I got another one in my room. She decided not to come and eat with us. But anyway, it was a good weekend in all. And to drive back, we Google at one point, I think I missed one exit, got me a detour, still same time, 5 hours and 40 minutes. But at one point I missed, and I don't know what happened. I'm seeing a red light. I'm like, how am I not on the highway anymore? And it was like a detour, like half an hour. I don't know, it was like long. I'm like, I was looking at the map, like the highway like is right there, like super far. How did I get here? I don't know. And I think, what's the name? It's not Stedakuna. No, I don't remember. Anyway, we stopped at a pizza. I'm like, well, I guess it's lunchtime. So at one point we stopped at a pizza place, which was pretty good. It's on TikTok, so the place is on TikTok. If you want to see it. So yeah, I was weirded out. Like there was a lot of curves and a lot of like we're in a village. I'm like, why are we here? I guess this place wanted to see me. So again, I'm sorry for the pizza place, but the service was really good. Pizza was really good. I'm glad we stopped there. So you're welcome. I can't say it's free publicity because I don't know the name of the place. But anyway, if you go on TikTok, I think I posted a video of the place. And so we got home. We got the delayed. We were supposed to have an activity in Montreal, in Brossard, when we came back. And we arrived right on time, like just even earlier. I manifested that we were going to be there for a little earlier. We had time to put on our stuff. And when I got there, 6 out of the 7 activities, or 4 or 5 of the 7 activities that were there, were shut down. I was so angry. Like, we didn't get to do the train tour. We didn't get to see Santa. We didn't get to have face painting. Like, we didn't get to go to the photo booth. Those were like 4 of like the 7 things that they had. We had a ticket for 6, and our organization was like not great. And I was like, how did I manifest this? How did I manifest this? Like, I was so upset. And actually, I was crying. I cried. When I got home, I cried. I felt so like, oh my God, like I came back from New York for this, right? Oh, it was upsetting. My daughter's like, I'm upset. You promised we'd be there. Like, I did all I could to be here. Now that is not on me. That is on them and their organization. But I know if it didn't happen, it's because something better was going to happen, right? And so that night, the girls and I, we started saying, did you see that? That was awful, right? And then we started laughing. And instead of being like a victim, and we started laughing so hard, we were crying. It was so funny. Like, how? And then later on, I was in bed. Like, I'm like, I felt awful for these people, because like, if it was my event and it went like this, yeah, there was a success, but also it went like shit, like for a few people, and that would be upsetting for me as an organizer. But I did send them a message for the first time. I said, you know what? I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. I will tell them I'm upset. Right? I'm upset. I will tell them. So I sent them a message saying how upset I was about the organization and everything. And I said, I know that Julia would be the type of person who says, here's how you can improve, and be like super kind. And I will not tell you how you can improve your event, because I think you already know. Right? I was to the point, I'm like, I'm not even going to give them more energy than that. But it was important for me to honor the anger. Like, I didn't go and call them a bunch of names. I just said what happened and how it made me feel. And that was like new to me, to actually express the disappointment. But anyway, nothing happened out of that. But it was good though. It was like, for me, if I go in my personal journey, right? If it's not about taking care of everyone else, that they don't feel like, no. Right? Your event got me to have a bad experience. I can say it's a bad experience. I can say, here's the experience I got from it. But again, instead of like gaslighting me and saying, oh, well, we'll see the positive. And I'm like, oh, let me see the positives. I'm feeling my emotion now. Right? So that was this. But everything, like, things just happened. Everything was good the next day. We had a blast, and we still just stayed home and did nothing. We arrived this Saturday. Here we are. We arrived this Saturday because for the Sunday, I wanted to have a day off of just resting. And Sophie had homework because she missed school. So I asked a teacher for some homework. And so she had time to do her homework, which she did on her own. Like, I didn't even have to tell her. She just did. But yeah. So yeah, that was about to finish her trip. And now let me talk to you. Like, we're going from this, having a weird Christmas event, now into the fun of joy of the Christmas at our house here, though, because tomorrow is December 1st, right? And it's not the best, smoothest transition. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. We're talking about Christmas. Ooh, Christmas. Tomorrow is December 1st. We have the elves. The elves are coming. And we also have our advent calendar. And let me show you what's going on. So first of all, for the elves this year, I go on Instagram and go and do my research and check. Yes, realize I'm doing my podcast here. And so I got on Instagram. I think it's Instagram. There was a post of like, hey, here's a bunch of stuff you can have for your elves on the shelf. So instead of me like trying to come up with a bunch of stuff, I got a kit. Actually, I got 2, so that way when they have little treats, each girl's gonna have 1. And I have 24 days of elf on the shelf tricks here. Again, that came to me from Instagram. Instagram just like add a a post. Like all the stuff I get usually comes from an advertisement. No, Riyadh, my podcast is on Zoom right now. It's gonna be on different. It's gonna be on YouTube at one point. It's on my. It's gonna be on my. It's on gonna be on my. For all of you too, my podcast is available on my YouTube channel. It's available on my website, maryevmongrain.com. It's also available on different podcast station. Now I cannot name them all, because I don't know them all. But I'm pretty sure iHeartRadio is one of them. Anyways, you can find me on different platforms. Just write Marie-Ève Mongrain podcast. But yeah, so just to keep going, I do have 24 days of like cute. Like, I can find ideas on Instagram, but then I have to come up with the little cute mini things, right? It's a mini piñata. I mean, I will not find this at the dollar store. And so yeah, it comes with that. It comes with wrapping paper, little pins, because I don't know what they're playing here. Like they play pin the whatever on the whatever. Like a little spa day for the elves. And I got 2 kids because we have like two elves on the shelf, but we also have like a family of 4 elves. Okay, I'm gonna pause a second and I'll be right back. All right, so I'm sorry, I take a quick pause. I know it didn't seem like a quick pause for you guys, but I want to show you our elves. They're gonna come. Last year, I kind of couldn't find them, and so I had to go and buy a new one. The first, like the November 30th, because I couldn't find the one we had, and I think we had 1 or 2, and so we have 2 ladies and a gentleman. Now this year, I was able to find them, so we got our little elves on the shelf. One thing I don't like about them is that they're so soft, like you can't make them hang anywhere unless the people put wire in it, or like, so it's not as fun, but so they still go with the story, right? So the girls, like, we watch the show on TV, oh my God. And so now I just ordered them the fox, the Arctic fox, because they saw it, like, we want an Arctic fox, whatever, they're gonna get the Arctic fox. So yeah, so we got these. But last year, because last year when I couldn't find them, we had one new girl, right? These 2 couldn't find, they were from the before. And this one we got last year, and said, well, and actually, no, that's not true. Well, we got that last year, but because I couldn't find them, and I couldn't find any other elf on the shelf at the store, I had to find in Quebec something that was, of similar value, because I couldn't find them to any store. And so I was kind of hoping I would get them. But here in Quebec, we have what's called lutin coquin, so the funny elves or something. And so when December 1st arrived, that's how they look like. They're very cute. I got a family of 4, 2 kids, a mom, and a dad. All right, this is what I got last year, and that was like, oh hi, a letter writing from our elves saying, hi, we're so busy. Santa really needed us for Christmas, so we can't come back. But we send you our best friends, and we trust that they're gonna have fun and take care of you. Which one thing with these one is that they're flexible, but yes, they're in porcelain, like the face in porcelain and stuff, their hands too. But I can shift, I can go like this, and I can actually have them hang on stuff. So last year they were hanging from the chair, from the microwave, from the stairs, from like just a light switch, or right, whatever, a light fixture, because it's so good. I can just do anything. And they were kind of holding them like this, because this one I can't do anything, but this one could hang somewhere, right? They rescued them. So this was fun. And then later on, I was able to find this one at the store, and I said, oh, she came back. Duh. And then later I found the other one, and there was a letter from Santa saying, oh, hi, this is just to know that the elves were liberated. And at first I just had the girl came and said, oh, our friend did not I had one girl, I bought one girl, and then saying, oh, well, our other friend can't come because he's busy, but I was able to come, pretending it was her. Then he brought a friend with him when I found them. Oh, it was so heartbreaking. My daughter, she was crying because she really was looking forward to having her elf, right? Anyway, so we got this for the elves. So tomorrow, don't forget, by the time you listen to that. But so Instagram got me some stuff, some ideas, and I don't have like I prefer paying money than having to scratch my head and having to find like now I remove one thing off my shoulders. And for this year, for our advent calendar, here's what I did. For me, I'm getting the scratch ticket here from Lottery Quebec, from Lotto Quebec, because I don't want to eat candy. I don't want to eat chocolate, hot chocolate. I don't really drink tea. I just bought myself some makeup and perfume. I don't need more because I don't wear it anyway. Right? How can I spoil myself just having something fun? I don't want to do Legos. Usually in the past, I had a box of Lego for myself. So I got this for me. So for you guys, adults, you also deserve to treat yourself. So if your parents don't give you the advent calendar anymore, do it yourself. Gosh, be your own parent. Treat yourself the way you wish people would treat you, right? And for my kids, this year we're not doing candy. We have up level. So one of my girl, she's into Barbie. She loves Barbie. So we got Barbie reveal. And I do have a link in my bio, either on TikTok or Instagram. There's a link tree. There's an Amazon store. I do have my Amazon influencer store where you can find most of these, not all of them, because I don't buy them all on Amazon, but advent calendar, if you want them, you can go to my Amazon store and find them there. It supports me. But I got her a Barbie reveal. But because I got her sister a makeup thing, which is about $100. Oh, let me just show you that here. I said this one is about $40, I think, the Barbie reveal. I got her an LOL on Instagram, on Amazon as well. So I got these from Shoppers Drug Mart for my daughter who loves makeup. There's makeup and like cream and then because it's just 12 days each, right? So she gets one per day for 24 days. I got her an extra thing because it doesn't have a lot of paintbrushes in there. So she can use and apply her makeup. She loves that. We got one for my cat too. One for my dog. I don't know where my dog one is. The bigger box. That one was, I think, was Winners. I know Winners has some stuff for animals. And this one is the LOL. If your kids are into LOL, that's a good one too. There's on my Amazon page, you can also find different sort. I just added some there. So if you're interested in having some. And before we finish right there, for you teachers out there, here's what we're offering some of our teachers for my kids. Since it's not live, I'll take the extra few minutes. So one of my daughters is gonna get this to her teacher, because I remember as a teacher, it's fun to receive gift card too. But I have some decoration that I received for Christmas from the kids I was working with, either as a coach, as a current coach, or as a teacher. And every year I put my decoration and it reminds me of them. And so I said, one of my daughters is going to offer that with my mug, Je vais à la folie, and I'm going to offer some of my merchandise too, right? And the other one, it's like a little gnome. So every time they're going to put that at Christmas, they're going to remember, oh, she ate the little angel. It's a little angel that sits on the side of the counter or something. So at least they're gonna remember the kids every Christmas, and we're gonna give them a gift card too, obviously, because the teachers are doing such an amazing job at school. And for me, it's important. I used to work in the hotel. I used to work in a restaurant. I used to work as a teacher. Like I used to work at all these places, right? So I know the amount of work that's put in, and so for me, it's important to show my appreciation for them, just because I used to be there, and the work they do is ridiculously enormous to make sure that your kids are safe, your kids are well loved and well provided for. It's always good to give a little appreciation, even though we say, oh, we don't expect it. Even us, oh, it's okay. We still love it. Don't get me wrong, we still love it, right? And yes, just one more thing before I let myself go, just because there's just one thing on my page. I'm not going to do a full podcast just on that one. I was talking about how I love going to shows. And I just heard on the radio, right? When you're meant to have something, you know it's coming. Even if you forget about it, you're gonna be reminded. So when you're reminded and you forgot something, don't kick yourself for it, because actually it's the universe giving you that. Oh, hey, remember, right? So a few weeks ago, I love Cirque du Soleil shows, and I wanted to. My goal in life one of my goals is to go see all the Cirque du Soleil show. So we already saw. Oh my goodness, I don't remember the name. Anyway, we saw a few shows in Montreal already. So now for Christmas only, there's Cortio that comes. And I saw that a while ago. I didn't buy the tickets yet. And then on the radio today, going to the store, like, oh, Cortio, you can have free tickets. I didn't get free tickets because I didn't enter the contest. I'm like, oh, Cortio, Christmas time. I want to go see that. And then I just went and go bought myself tickets. And my daughter ends on the 23rd is her birthday. Her birthday is December 23rd. And there's school days, only half day. By 11:30, everybody's out. And I was able to find tickets for the 23rd at 3:30. I'm like, this is perfect. We're gonna go for a birthday and just have a good time. And I'm super excited to go see first row. I paid $200 ticket. I was like, will I pay $69 or $89? Oh, screw that. $200 ticket. I don't care. First row. Cirque du Soleil is always worth it to be in the first row. Always. I didn't see any VIP tickets, but usually I get VIP. If anybody wants to hook me up with VIP tickets for anything, I will take it. Just putting it out there. I'm putting in the universe. We are willing to have VIP tickets, free VIP tickets for any events. We would love to be part of your events. Anyway, so I said, right, because I can blame myself. Oh my God, you don't spend money, right? Especially I'm like, okay, my account's going down, and I'm making money and I'm not receiving money. And here I am, I keep spending, right? I keep spending here and there. It's Christmas after all. And like, you know what? This is, if I'm truly honest with the lifestyle I want, this is me. Yeah, right? Like, this is how much it costs me a month. This is how much it costs me to be just the lifestyle I have right now, right? It's not even that, like, it's not even huge. It's still just, and somebody on TikTok had said, guys, right? Instead of telling that your woman is too expensive and she should slow down on expenses, how about you find yourself one that's to your budget? Because every woman comes with a budget. Now find one that's to your budget. Because if she wants to have that amazing lifestyle, there's a guy ready for that cost, right? If you're not, then find someone who's to your budget. That means, ladies, you got to be honest with yourself. If you're somebody who likes to go on trips and who likes to go on shows and likes to get her nails done and likes makeup, and it costs you a lot of money, instead of feeling bad about it, which I used to, how about I say, yeah, this is how much it costs to be with me, and then the guy has to level up, or you're gonna have someone who's gonna actually be the one, the provider, because the man wants to be the provider. That means I'm the receiver. But for you to get me, I have to be honest with what it is I want, so the universe can get me the right person, right? I used to not. That's okay. I don't need a big house. That's okay. I don't need that. It's okay if we don't go on vacation. Now it's like, this is what I want. Is what I'm getting. This is what I want. Is what I'm getting. So that means the more honest I am, and the less ashamed I am of it, the more of a match I'm gonna have someone. Because the guy's gonna be like, yeah, of course, honey. I want the same thing, right? Yeah, that's a no-brainer. That's nothing, right? By the way, so this is just to remember to see your worth, ladies, that you're not too much. If somebody thinks you're spending too much because they're not making enough money to sustain yourself, to sustain you. Just that's just it. That's just it. You don't have to put yourself down because you're deserving of the best life ever. And same with you guys. So the more she's happy, the more happier you'll be, because you'll be in your masculine and she'll be receiving, and you'll feel so good as being the provider and making your family and your woman happy. So ladies, let's stop putting ourselves down and let's be honest with who we are and what we truly desire. Then we'll be matched by the universe, because God and the universe and your higher self, they're already like, okay, does she want this show? Because I'm ready to give it to her. And so, yeah. So on this, you guys, it was a pleasure, and I'll talk to you another time. Again, find me on Instagram, TikTok with the handle at Mary Mongrain 90, and on Sunroom, Mary Eve Mongrain. My website, maryevmongrain.com. I'm your mindset self-love life coach. The more money you make, I'm happy. Then the more money I will make at one point too. The more money I make, I'm not gonna go in at one point. The more money I make, the more I level up my life, the more your life levels up too, because we're all connected. So let's all help each other, raise ourselves, and have this beautiful lifestyle together. On this, you guys, you have a good time, and until next time, cheers. Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
Mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house. And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.